Hello there, how's your day going? It's always a pleasure to meet you again and share meaningful insights about life. Have you ever found yourself helping someone out of the goodness of your heart, only to end up dealing with unnecessary trouble and regret? In life, not everyone is worthy of our time, sincerity, and kindness. There are people who, no matter how well we treat them, only bring complications and leave us wishing we hadn't extended our help. In today's video, we'll discuss 5 types of people you shouldn't form close relationships with or go out of your way to help. Understanding this will help you avoid unnecessary connections and better protect yourself. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, make sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss any upcoming videos. Your support is a huge motivation for me to continue sharing meaningful and valuable lessons. Enjoy this episode of the Lesson in Spanish podcast from the Martha McKay podcast with Andrew and Shonda. If you find this topic interesting, leave a comment with the number 9 below. If not, comment with the number 0 so I can improve and bring you better content. Now, let's dive right in. 1. Ungrateful people. Ungrateful people fail to appreciate the sacrifices you make for them. No matter how much you've done or how far you've gone out of your way to help, they act like it's their right to receive your kindness. Gratitude is never part of the equation. This could be its life. What I'm saying to you is the gratitude act. I'm sending you to us. These individuals put their own interests above all else and are constantly worried about protecting what they have. Forming close relationships with such people is exhausting and unfulfilling. Being around them will leave you feeling drained and unappreciated. 2. Hypocrites. Hypocrites are masters of appearances, but their true colors eventually shine through. They know how to charm others and often have hidden agendas. Whether it's about money, status, or personal gain. At work, they are skilled at winning favor with leadership, sometimes even anticipating what their bosses want before they say it. However, they often avoid actual responsibility, leaving the heavy lifting to others while taking credit for success. These people believe they're smarter than everyone else and see others as easy targets. Building a relationship with them usually leads to manipulation and wasted time. They may say all the right things to your face, but it's often a ploy to use you, borrow money, or seek favors. 3. People who exploit others. This type of person operates with a self-serving mindset. They are all about maximizing what they can gain from others, often under the guise of friendliness. When they need something, they'll go out of their way to be kind and supportive. But the moment you need help, they vanish. Their relationships are transactional, designed solely to benefit them. End of section 114. Introduction to the joys of fasting, according to fasting principle. Exploiters often seek money, influence, or other resources like emotional or intellectual support. Their intentions are usually well hidden, making it hard to recognize their behavior at first. However, the moment you let your guard down, they'll find a way to take advantage of you. Avoid investing your time or kindness in these individuals. Understand this: many people are intimately involved in your kindness. 4. People who chase wealth and look down on others. Some people value others solely based on their financial status. They're quick to befriend those who are wealthy or successful, but equally quick to turn their backs on those who fall on hard times. When things are going well for you, they'll want to be close. But if you face challenges or financial difficulties, they'll distance themselves and may even ridicule you. These individuals are superficial and self-serving, more concerned with appearances than genuine connection. They don't want to risk being inconvenienced or associated with someone struggling, making them some of the most arrogant and shallow people to avoid. 5. People who don't care about you. The legend of what happened to? Some people simply don't care about you, no matter how talented, kind, or genuine you are. They're indifferent to your efforts, dismiss your kindness, and may even look down on your sincerity. If you treat them well, they become suspicious and assume you have hidden motives. If you show concern, they ignore it entirely. These people are often shaped by a cynical, self-serving mindset. They distrust others and believe that any good deed must come with a hidden agenda. They're quick to criticize and may spread negativity about you, even over minor mistakes. Epicurus's comment: it's best to avoid these individuals and not let their attitudes weigh on you. They don't deserve your time or energy. You deserve the quiet time for you. You deserve the time for you. There's a saying, if life gives you a choice, always choose kindness. Kindness is the lighthouse that guides you through the darkest moments, helping you navigate life's challenges. Always treat others with sincerity. If you encounter the 5 types of people mentioned here, don't let it get you down. Simply let them go and focus your efforts on those who truly matter. Dear friends, life is full of all kinds of people. Don't let a few bad experiences make you lose faith in humanity. Instead, focus on being the best version of yourself. Refuse to let difficult situations bring you down. What do you think? If you agree, drop a comment with the number 2. We all aim for success and happiness in life. To achieve those goals, it's important to build positive habits and let go of the bad ones. We are, in many ways, the sum of our habits. When bad habits take over, they can significantly derail our progress. The tricky thing is, these habits can sneak up on us. They creep into our routine slowly, without us even noticing, and their negative effects often go undetected until it's too late. As Warren Buffett wisely said, chains of habit are too light to be felt until they are too heavy to be broken. Breaking bad habits requires effort and determination. But research shows that the rewards are well worth it. Self-discipline plays a crucial role in success. The power of self-discipline. A study conducted by psychologists at the University of Pennsylvania examined incoming college students, measuring both their IQ and self-discipline levels. 4 years later, the researchers compared the students' GPAs and found that self-discipline was far more influential than IQ in achieving academic success. Self-discipline, the ability to control your actions and choices, is essential for building good habits and breaking bad ones. It's also the foundation of a strong work ethic and high productivity. Think of self-discipline like a muscle. It grows stronger with regular practice. Strengthen your self-discipline by identifying and eliminating bad habits. Up next, we'll dive into 10 common habits that might be holding you back. 1. Using phones, tablets, or laptops before bed. Screen time. Many people don't realize how much using electronic devices before bed impacts their sleep and productivity. The blue light emitted by phones, tablets, and laptops disrupts the body's natural rhythm. During the day, blue light from sunlight helps regulate mood, energy, and alertness by suppressing melatonin, the hormone that makes us sleepy. Light helps produce respiration, translating vital energy, and contract and relax the body, reducing stress levels. At night, however, our brains expect darkness to trigger melatonin production and prepare for rest. The blue light from screens confuses this process, making it harder to fall asleep and reducing the quality of sleep. To ensure better rest, avoid screens after dinner. Watching TV from a safe distance is less disruptive than using handheld devices that shine blue light directly into your eyes. Kunstleis 2. It takes about 15 minutes of uninterrupted focus to fully engage in a task and enter a state of flow, where productivity soars. Studies show that working in this flow state makes you up to 5 times more effective. Interrupting work to check news, social media, or sports scores pulls you out of this state. Once distracted, you need another 15 minutes to regain your focus. If this cycle repeats throughout the day, you may never reach a true state of flow, drastically reducing your efficiency. 3. Checking your phone during conversations. Few things are more disruptive than someone glancing at their phone during a conversation. It sends a message that the conversation isn't important, breaking the connection between participants, and therefore failing to contribute anything. When you're talking to someone, give them your full attention. You'll find that being fully present creates more meaningful and engaging interactions. This makes life more enjoyable and extends the lifespan at which we spend on planet Earth. 4. Constantly checking notifications. 4. Frequent notifications are a significant drain on productivity. Research shows that responding to every email, text, or alert as it arrives divides your attention and reduces efficiency. Instead of letting notifications dictate your day, set specific times to check your messages and emails. This approach allows you to stay focused on tasks while staying responsive on your schedule. This is how you move beyond your perpetual self to someone else's more manageable self and attain a more sustainable. 5. Saying yes when you should say no. A study from the University of California, Berkeley, found that people who struggle to say no often experience more stress, fatigue, and burnout. These feelings weaken self-discipline and hinder productivity. Learning to say no is an important skill. Avoid vague responses like, "I don't think I can," or "I'll try." A firm no protects your time and energy, allowing you to focus on existing commitments and do them well. Remember, saying no isn't selfish. It's a way to ensure you remain in control of your life and avoid overcommitting. 6. Thinking too much about negative people. We all have people in our lives who frustrate us or make us angry, but spending your time and energy thinking about them only gives them more power over you. Instead, shift your focus to the people who matter, those who bring positivity and meaning to your life. Why waste your time on people who don't deserve it when there are so many others who do? 7. Multitasking during meetings, creating a paradoxical problem. If a meeting isn't worth your full attention, it's probably not worth attending. And if it is worth attending, it deserves your focus. Multitasking during meetings not only reduces your productivity, but also sends the message that you think your time is more important than everyone else's. Being fully present in a meeting allows you to get the most out of it and shows respect for the people you're collaborating with. 8. Gossiping. Gossip might seem entertaining in the moment, but it's ultimately destructive and unproductive. Laughing at others' mistakes or misfortunes doesn't add value to your life. It detracts from it. Instead of wasting time on negative talk, focus on meaningful conversations and learning from the people around you. There's so much more to gain from positivity than from tearing others down. As Eleanor Roosevelt wisely said, "Great minds discuss ideas, average minds discuss events, small minds discuss people." 9. Perfectionism often stops us in our tracks before we even start. Many writers, for example, spend hours drafting and creating ideas, knowing that much of their work won't make the final cut. They understand that ideas take time to grow and improve. If you wait for your work to be perfect before beginning, you'll never make progress. The key is to start, allowing your ideas to evolve over time. Henry the Learner. As author Jodi Picoult put it, you can edit a bad page, but you can't edit a blank page. Let go of the need for perfection and trust the process of growth and improvement. 10. Comparing yourself to others. When you measure your happiness by comparing yourself to others, you give away control of your well-being. Celebrate your achievements and don't let someone else's success diminish your own. If you find yourself overly concerned with others' opinions, stop comparing altogether. By focusing on your own journey, you'll find confidence in your unique path and stop being affected by external judgments. Remember, no matter what others say or think about you, it doesn't define who you are. Your value comes from within, not from their perspective. Dear friends, many people dream of a life filled only with happiness and blessings, but in reality, life doesn't work that way. Joy and hardship often go hand in hand. The key to facing them lies in understanding the law of cause and effect. As the old saying goes, blessings come from within, misfortunes are born from ourselves. Joy and hardship often go hand in hand, and misfortunes are usually the nature of fortune and misfortune. Throughout history, people have believed that gaining something is a blessing, while losing something is a misfortune. However, life isn't always so clear-cut. Sometimes, what seems like a blessing may bring unforeseen challenges, and what feels like a loss could turn out to be a hidden gift. Many of us evaluate events based solely on how they affect us, seeing them as either good or bad, fortunate or unfortunate. Some people even let small, daily gains or losses dictate their mood. But these judgments are often surface level, failing to account for the deeper interplay between fortune and misfortune. In truth, it's often impossible to immediately determine whether an event is a blessing or a curse. Challenges can bring growth and wisdom, while sacrifices often lead to greater rewards. Solicit your followers. Recognize their uniqueness and minimize the complexity in your life. As Lao Tzu wrote in chapter 58, misfortune is where fortune rests. Fortune is where misfortune hides. They rely on each other and transform into one another. End of chapter 12, recorded by Robert Sewell. In other words, fortune and misfortune are interconnected and can change forms depending on the circumstances. This transformation is often beyond our understanding and control. A deeper perspective on life. An ancient poem beautifully captures this idea. Amidst mountains and rivers with no clear path, suddenly a village appears through the shade of willows and blooming flowers. Life is full of unexpected turns. When you succeed, don't let it make you overconfident. When you face setbacks, don't lose hope. Fortune and misfortune are not fixed opposites, but two parts of a whole, constantly rolling, shifting, and shaping one another. The interplay of joy and hardship reminds us that life is rarely absolute. As one chapter ends, another begins. When fortune fades, misfortune may arrive, but the reverse is also true. Finally, understanding the source of fortune and misfortune. Some people spend their lives praying for smooth sailing, asking for blessings and luck while avoiding hardship. However, fortune and misfortune ultimately originate from within us. To create a better life, it's crucial to reflect on the deeper truth. Blessings come from within, misfortunes are born from ourselves. Our actions are the root of every success and struggle. Yet, many people fail to reflect on their mistakes, choosing instead to blame others. Without self-awareness and accountability, misfortunes tend to multiply, while blessings fade away. When things don't go as planned or someone upsets you, take a moment to examine your own role in the situation. Instead of blaming others, focus on improving yourself. Wisdom for a fulfilled life. The saying, "Good deeds bring good fortune, and bad deeds invite misfortune," is a timeless truth. If you want luck and blessings in your life, practice kindness and build virtue. When challenges arise, face them with an open heart and a positive mindset. Always remember, the blessings and misfortunes in life come not from outside forces, but from within ourselves. Donald Milton. The second saying, troubles come in pairs, blessings are rare. In everyday life, it's clear that good fortune doesn't always come easily, but troubles often seem to show up uninvited. Life can feel like a game of chess. One wrong move can lead to a cascade of setbacks. Another inconvenient surge or inadequate funding, and immediately the record becomes unbreakable. Money just can't fix all the problems that life throws your way, and it is unfair to ask of yourself or your loved ones. The question is not who's going to be the first to lose, but rather, when disaster strikes, some people panic and lose their ability to think clearly, which only worsens the situation. That's why it's crucial to maintain a calm mindset and face challenges with composure. No matter what happens, learn to approach it thoughtfully and cautiously. Good fortune isn't separate from personal effort. Some people take pride in their accomplishments, aiming for more, but when their ambition surpasses their capabilities, failure often follows. As the saying goes, if it's a blessing, it won't turn into misfortune. If it's misfortune, it cannot be avoided. Whether fortune or hardship comes your way, it's important to embrace both with patience and equanimity, allowing life to unfold naturally. The third saying, misfortune lays the ground for fortune, and fortune hides misfortune. Misunderstanding by James Finnan. Fortune and misfortune are interconnected. They rely on each other and can transform into one another. According to natural law, fortune and misfortune are random yet balanced, like the Earth's rotation that brings day and night. While we experience the cycle of light and darkness, the intricate forces behind it remain beyond our grasp. Within every blessing lies the seed of misfortune, and within every hardship, the potential for fortune. This reflects the Buddhist principle of cause and effect. A well-known saying goes, no family remains wealthy for 3 generations, and no hardship lasts for 3 lifetimes. This concept underscores the fundamental balance of opposites, right and wrong, good and evil, life and death. It reminds us not to cling too tightly to what seems favorable. Often, when we perceive something as entirely good, it may already carry the seeds of trouble. Ancient wisdom emphasizes this perspective. Zhuangzi, in his chapter on the equality of things, explained the unchanging principle of balance in the universe, dependence, natural harmony, and sustainable growth. Similarly, Lao Tzu wrote, "The loudest sound seems silent." These ideas encourage humility. A truly wise person may appear ordinary or unassuming, but their inner strength and intelligence run deep. Letting go and living naturally. Many people exhaust themselves in pursuit of good fortune, believing it will bring happiness. Yet excessive striving often leads to unintended consequences. Instead, we should learn to let life flow naturally, focusing on happiness and not success. Life is like a river. What is past is gone, and all we truly have is the present moment. Holding on to the past or obsessing over the future can create unnecessary burdens. Overthinking can feel like a heavy weight, but letting go of attachments can free us to live more lightly. The journey of life is full of challenges. Without the rain, we wouldn't appreciate the rainbow. Success and failure are both temporary, and everything arrives and departs in its own time. Adopting a mindset of acceptance is the best way to navigate life's twists and turns. Dear friends, the ancients often said, life and death are predestined, and wealth is determined by heaven. This means that our fate, whether we are rich or poor, whether we live or die, is already decided. However, they also taught that virtue can overcome fate, meaning that doing good deeds and accumulating virtue can change one's destiny. Kindness, patience, and perseverance in the face of challenges are the keys to turning misfortune into blessings. The story of Thomas Su, a kind-hearted man from the Qing dynasty, illustrates this perfectly. Thomas was well known for his generosity and his willingness to help others. One summer day, on his way home from the county, he stopped to rest under a large willow tree that grew by the roadside. This tree was a familiar place of shade for travelers seeking respite from the scorching sun. While resting there, Thomas noticed a blind man approaching, walking with extraordinary speed, faster than even those with perfect sight. When the blind man reached the tree, he murmured to himself, "Today, my luck has been poor. I've earned nothing all day, but at least I've found shade under this tree. Let me perform a fortune-telling for the tree and see what fate has in store for it." After a moment, the blind man suddenly exclaimed in frustration, "This willow tree is doomed. It's as though I'm predicting the fate of someone already dead." He sighed deeply and went on his way. At first, Thomas dismissed the man's prediction as nonsense, but soon after, a group of unfamiliar men arrived, carrying axes and saws, ready to cut down the tree. When Thomas questioned them, they explained, "The owner of this tree sold it, and we've been hired to chop it down." Thomas was shocked and pleaded with them. "This tree has grown here for years, providing shade for countless travelers. If you cut it down, where will people rest during the summer heat?" Seeing their hesitation, he made an offer. "I'll pay you more than the tree's original price to save it. I'm willing to give extra money so this tree can stay and continue to serve the community. At some point, there's a breaking point, and the tree will top." The men agreed and promised to return the next day to finalize the deal. Reflecting on the blind man's prediction, Thomas wondered if the stranger might be a divine figure. Curious, he ran after the blind man to ask why he couldn't foresee that someone would save the tree. The blind man replied, "You're right. I did see that someone would intervene, but people as kind-hearted as you are so rare that I couldn't be certain." Under the blind man's instrument, the blind man recreated. Thomas then revealed, "I'm the one who bought the tree to save it." The blind man smiled and said, "You've done a great deed for others. Surely you'll be blessed with good fortune. However, be warned. Today, a calamity awaits you. Your kind action may have earned you some protection, but you must practice patience, extreme patience. Even when it seems impossible to endure, you must endure. Only then can you avoid this misfortune. Hearing this, Thomas hurried home, uneasy about the warning. Upon entering his house, he was shocked to see his wife asleep, embracing a young man. Furious, Thomas drew his sword, ready to strike them both. But at the last moment, the blind man's words echoed in his mind. Patience, endure, even when it seems unbearable. He paused, his anger fading. Waking his wife, he demanded an explanation. Confused, she replied, "Why are you so upset? Do you not recognize the person sleeping beside me?" Thomas blinked in disbelief. His wife continued, "It's our daughter, dressed as a boy. Today is my birthday, and since we don't have a son, we were playing a game of pretend for fun." Hearing this, Thomas realized how close he had come to tragedy. He recounted his encounter with the blind man and expressed gratitude for the warning that had saved his family. Thanks to his good deed and willingness to endure, Thomas not only avoided disaster, but was later blessed with a son. His descendants continued to prosper for generations. This story reminds us of two powerful virtues: kindness and patience. Doing good deeds can accumulate hidden blessings, bringing unexpected rewards. At the same time, practicing patience, even in the most difficult moments, can help us overcome hardship and untangle the knots of life's challenges. Together, these virtues have the power to change our destiny and relief. If you found this video valuable, don't forget to leave a comment, like, and share it to spread these timeless lessons to others. Your support means the world to us and helps us continue creating meaningful content. Thank you for joining us on this journey. We look forward to seeing you in the next video, where we'll share more inspiring stories and life lessons. Until then, may your days be filled with peace and purpose.